Welcome. Hello, how we doing? Wonderful, right? I'm feeling good. It's a beautiful day here. Got something sort of different this week, but something that really influences my whole life, so I'm very excited to talk about it and make a video about it. So I wanted to make a video about art and just overall my inspirations. That way one day I can come back and see where I was at and what I was inspired by and what at this point in my life I would look to and see if it changed over time. So that's the first reason. Also, I talked with some messages I exchanged with a very talented concept artist. His name's Marcus Michael, I believe. I'll put him up. You'll be able to see. But I asked him for his advice on settling into my own style and finding my own voice in my art, illustrations, just all that sort of stuff. Because I'm the type of person that I could scroll Pinterest and just see stuff and fully get lost in it, you know? Save 10 images and just be like, okay, I gotta stop. It gets kind of crazy sometimes. But so I told him that I just want to incorporate so much from so much that I see. I basically told him what my goal is and just a little message. And he said, just reading my notes here. He said, too many influences dilute your style. Narrow down my focus to refine what exactly I want to influence me. And he said, all while doing that, keep experimenting because that's where I'll find my true voice, and then incorporating those parts from the experimentations into the illustrations and inspiration simultaneously. So I found that really helpful, and I told him his work was super cool. He was just very helpful, very grateful, just overall seemed like a great person. So I'm glad I got to connect with him and talk with him a little bit. But today I'm just going to talk through I just have a couple books. Mostly just anime, manga, then I have Dune. Just stuff that influences me. Some of them are art books and some of them are art books from artists and just ones that I like. This is just the beginning. So if you guys want it, if anyone's interested and wants me to go through, even just scrolling through, I've saved folders of a ton of artwork. So if anyone's interested in that, let me know. I'd love to do that. I love looking at beautiful artwork. So, I mean, you can see in my room. But yeah, I haven't done really a ton of research. This is just what I like to look at. And I wanted to share it. I wanted to spread the work of these great artists. I have a top 5 and then my honorable mentions. So we'll get a couple, and some of them are again up there. That's why I feel even being surrounded by them, you can't see, but I have some more anime stuff right there. But just being able to look at art and see art all the time truly does make my space more engaging, cultivating a sense of inspiration every time I walk into it, you know? But yeah, just gonna be a casual flow of thoughts. You can skip around, watch the whole thing. Up to you. Take what resonates, leave what don't. Let's dive on in. I hope y'all enjoy. Any new people, welcome. Gonna be in between this and life stuff, and just even probably time lapses of me working on different projects. But yeah, let's go. Let's go. So the first artist, I'm gonna pull them up so I can talk through them as I show you. I have this picture frame here. Right now it's just a void pretty much. But I'll throw up images so y'all get the vibe, y'all get it. Alright, so the first artist is Amber Yee or Amber Ye. from Beijing, China. I found them on ArtStation originally, just from like scrolling through artwork, like I said. I mean, as the pieces get thrown up, like you'll see just like beautiful, beautiful rendering, color choices, compositions. Just like, I love when I look at a piece and just literally go, wow. So simple, but like, that's all I really need. But her work, I mean, yeah, it's just the way she renders clothing while also keeping like the skin tones and stuff. I don't know. I've been trying to teach myself to paint more and just like exploring with painting and like understanding blending, because like I've kind of avoided painting because like I'm so good at line work. Well, I know line work pretty well and I'm like fairly confident at it. But like painting and working in like a 3D style almost with no line work is something that I'm trying to challenge myself to do more, because I usually like stay away from it. Regardless, she accomplishes that very, very well. Super cool. All like the small details are super fun to see too. And yeah, I forgot. Some of her earlier works are just like the softness in the face on this one. And I mean, just like the painterly brushstrokes and just how she tackles portraiture and drawing the human figure is beautiful. And I'm assuming most of these are digital. Digital. Could be wrong. And this piece, the goldfish piece, just beautiful. I mean, like, as someone studying illustration, I feel like I see more like storytelling and like full compositional piece like making in this, because like I feel like it goes along with what I've been taught. So it's wonderful to see like how she tackles it. And I mean, it's beautiful as well. Yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, that's Amber Ye. That's the first artist. So I'm going through my top 5 that I curated off of the messages with Marcus. So that's what you're seeing. Forgot to say that, but y'all get it. All right, so moving on. The second artist, they're not like in a top 5 or anything. Just like the 5 that I'm like influenced by. And one of them's not even an artist, it's just an IP, but regardless. The second one is Anna Morales. Again, like really beautiful female figures and just like just painting ability, and I believe she does watercolor and like builds up the layers and just makes beautiful work. I found most of her stuff from Pinterest just because it would pop up, and then like one day I actually dove into her and her work. Not too much, but like just like finding the top pieces of hers. So like this one, I mean, it's just like I really want some of her pieces up on my walls, especially when I have my like true own place. Just like so well done, and I feel like the rendering and style isn't like too realistic. I guess it like borders on like semi-realistic, but just the simplicity of the face, but like how beautiful it is, even from far away, you know? Just like the subtlety in the human form and the figures, all the small details, and just like the way she does fabrics and like translucent fabrics is insane to me. And yeah, just again, all these people, I'm going to say the same thing, but just really beautiful work, really like master level craftsmanship, draftsmanship, you know? But yeah, that's all. That's all for her. So the next one is Scavenger's Reign. So I started with the animated series, then like followed the creator or one of the main artists on Instagram. Haven't deep dove into them yet. Just like mainly seen the series and just like studied the artwork. Because I have a project going right now that I'm like really influenced by. All their backgrounds especially. I'll pop that in there. But this is like more my comfort zone almost. Just like not simple line work, but just like beautifully done line work and just like varying line weight a little bit, showing form of like landscapes, characters, creatures, whatever it may be. Just like beautifully done and like compositionally like composed for animation for like the purpose of adding characters and creatures and like having movement and all the different scenes that go with animation. So I appreciate that like they're designing them based off that or like with that in mind. Pretty quick one here, but if you haven't seen, go watch. I mean, different than like Japanese anime, just like a beautiful animation, beautiful story, beautiful characters. If you like sci-fi, give it a shot. All right, so next is I'm sure some of you may recognize his work. It's Stephen Bliss. He does a ton of stuff for Rockstar and like Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead. He's done stuff for Bully, just like a ton of their games. But his style is just more on like the graphic side. He does do like realistic renderings too, so it's nice to see like his variation and how he manages like having two different approaches, you know. But he does murals again, like Grand Theft Auto characters, and it's like different scenes with cars, just the cities. It's just, I mean, it literally speaks for itself. But he's been a big inspiration, especially because I've been like kind of tailoring some of my work towards them. Just like again, trying to find my voice, figuring out what works. But like this orange piece, just like super graphic, super bold, super simple, but like, and like it's not even like tight per se. It's just like loose and just it just works. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to look at for me. So yeah, throw up some more examples. I think y'all get the gist there. So the last one is an artist named Thomas Chamberlain Keane. He's been one that I've always gone back to just because his designs and execution is just, again, beautiful. Just so masterfully done. He does characters like simple sketches like this girl. And it's like I see that and go, damn, okay, I could do that. And I need to still, but, you know, like put my own twist on it in like the process that he works in, you know? Then he also does like super highly detailed, highly rendered, crazy perspective, landscapes, environments with characters interacting. Just insane to me. So he's a big inspiration, like a stepping stone for myself of like, I can look up to this and like know that I can get there and work towards that, you know? And like his variation, like, again, just posting some crazy rendered stuff and then like going back to more graphical and like almost painterly. It's super fun to see. So those were my top 5 that I curated down. I think I'm going to keep them for a while. I feel like they're unique enough and different enough where I can pull so much from each person and their approach and their art style. And they're all like varying in their own styles differently to the point where it works so well. And like I feel like I'll have fun constantly looking at their work and like I'll never get tired of it. And especially like an IP or like just like a show like Scavenger's Reign that has like a ton of artists and a ton of concepts and a ton of thought that went into it, I can like get the back end stuff too instead of like just the final landscapes and stuff. So I hope y'all enjoyed those. That's where I'm at in my artists and just like people I look up to. I of course have so much art that I love to look at. But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I curated down to. Let's get into some books. All right, where to start? I guess I'll start with an artist I thought about putting on the list, but it's Arunas Murnikovas. Sorry if I butchered that. This is his art book, and then this is his comic. I mean, I'll throw up me flipping through his book a little bit, but I believe I saw his work on Instagram one day, and I was like, all right, instantly follow. Like, I need to be seeing this work all the time. It's super cool, super fun. Then I bought his comic to help support him and just like show love. And like, it's actually super well done. Like, the story is so fun. All the characters are cool. All the powers are cool. I don't know if his second one is out yet, or like the second chapter, but I have to check it out and keep up with it. More line work based, because I feel like the comic style you kind of get like the more line work based. I mean, you don't have to, but I feel like that kind of comes with it. And I don't know his exact process, so I'm just guessing. And he could be doing it digitally, but it looks like a wash of watercolor, like even markers. Just the way it works with his line work is so cool to me. So he's the first. Those are the first books I wanted to talk about. Then kind of like a shout out is Emanon. Again, I found it's just like I saw all this artwork on Pinterest and I was like, I need to know what this is, where it's from. So I searched up, just like Google image search the image, and then found the books, bought them all, read them all literally in a week. Like, I mean, yeah, yeah. Check them out. I mean, the characters, the stories, also so well done. And the art too, I mean, just beautiful. Short and simple on that one. Go check them out. Hell yeah. All right, now into like more art books that I have. We'll start with One Piece. I have two like color walk books, which includes like art from the show and just like other illustrations that he's done. Taking a break from One Piece, haven't watched in a while. But One Piece, I feel like really pushed me into illustration specifically for like the storytelling and just like building a whole world. Like, it's still kind of insane to me. This man has built so many characters, a continuing storyline for over thousands of chapters. Like, that's a feat in itself, and over what, plus 20 years. Truly an inspiration. You'll see some of the stuff that I flipped through. Just, yeah. I mean, it speaks for itself nowadays. And like, rightfully so. Next to that, like side by side, I couldn't even rank these two. Is Cowboy Bebop. This is more like I would say it's an art book, but it has like more stuff from the anime. So it's kind of a combination of both, but still super nice to have. Goes into different outfits, just like background for the characters, all the minute stuff, and then a ton of sketches for like background characters, NPCs, I guess, and just like the story parts and other elements of the world. Again, if you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop, check it out. It speaks for itself. Beautiful piece of work. One of the GOATs, in my opinion. Yeah. Moving right along. I know we're cruising through, but I like to keep it short, simple. again, this is helping me like express my love. This is the first time I'm really doing this, other than like critiquing artwork. But it's like hard to critique something that you really love and have like almost grown up on. Not really, but like a couple years, you know. Anyways, anyways, the last art book is Range. It's Range Marauders. Anime works from 1998 to 2006. A ton of good stuff. It mostly covers Blue Submarine number 6 and Last Exile. Two beautiful animes. I haven't seen Blue Submarine number 6. I've seen like half of Last Exile, and it's super different. Not super different. It's definitely different than like just like a shonen or a normal anime like Naruto, let's say. But it's so beautifully done, and like all the designs are so well done, and the art book is so in depth. Like this man has done so many illustrations of the characters, and the way he renders is ranges from like, I guess the range from his sketch work to his crazy renders that like look realistic but they're not is insane to me. Again, it's why I bought the art book, just for inspiration and for me to look at and be like, okay, this is an approach I could take. You'll see some of the pages as I flip through. Just I saw it and I was like, okay, I need to cop at least one of his art books. So we got that. But for the books, for like the art books, that's it. I do have Dune Chapter House. I love Dune. I will always love Dune. I completely get it if someone doesn't. But regardless, I'm going to read some quotes just from some bookmark pages that I have. Only a couple. All right, lock in. Spend energies on those who make you strong. Energy spent on weaklings drags you to doom. Fire. That's the first one. Wonder if you can hear this. All right. If you loathe it, do it better. Use your loathing as guidance. Home in on exactly what you need. All right, last one. There's no secret to balance. You just have to feel the waves. Go read Dune. It's wonderful. Feel like sci-fi. Hell yeah. All right, so that's it for my main stuff. I do have some honorable mentions because, like I talked about earlier with like painting and just like exploring and experimenting. So the first mention I have is Alberto Miogo. He worked on Tron Legacy, Love, Death, Robots. Man, I can't remember now. I literally just looked at his website. But he's worked on a ton of stuff. He mostly does like traditional painting and like of course digital stuff too. But he's done like art direction and like actually directing those films and those animations and stuff. But his work inspired me to paint and explore painting more. So like I mentioned, I'm working up on building that skill. And I don't have the piece. Let me grab it. This is, I won't show all of it, but super fun. Just like trying to not worry about making it realistic, like putting my own graphic, like pop art twist on whatever I want to paint, you know? So that's the first one I did over the weekend. I had so much fun. I mean, sketching's easy for me. So like just drawing it out was super fun. And I watched all of his videos on his process and his thoughts of like painting live models and his approach. And I was like, okay, I have to do this. I have to get better. Gotta follow the path to reap the rewards. You know. Yeah, his stuff is insane. Super like the way he works, so like loose, but like you get the details is again, said it 10 times, but insane. So yeah, I got three more mentions. Antonio Lopez, who's this work and this work. He did a ton of fashion illustration, and I learned about him from class and my wonderful teacher. But his style, I believe, influenced a ton of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and like the clothing and the eccentric looks in that show. Keep it simple. I just love his stuff. Third one, Georges Lepape. This is his Vanity Fair cover from 19 something, but beautiful work. And since it's older and seeing like his approach of illustration and like how he created his own voice in a time where like he couldn't just draw on a computer, super inspirational. And like you can kind of see it on this one. I'll throw it up, which is the patterning and like fashion elements that he put in to all of his pieces or most of his pieces is wonderful to see. Right, then the last one is Kinoko Craft. She's that one right there. Can't really see it, but I put up a ton of her work. Just the most ethereal, watercolor, mind bending, just like work I've ever seen. Like, as soon as my teacher showed that to me, I was like, yeah, going up on the wall instantly. So I love her. Her work's amazing. One day we'll get there. Just like the detail and yeah, just the storytelling is insane. No other way to put it. But that's it for the mentions. That's pretty much it for the whole video too. And it's so nice like looking back and being able to talk about it. And as I keep going and like keep making more of these, I'll get more comfortable and more in the flow, you know. So I appreciate you guys joining me and sticking through it. If you have any you're into right now or anyone cool that I should check out based off of like anyone I mentioned, please let me know. And if you want to see like more art videos, even like breaking down my process and where I'm at. I mean, I'm still growing, I'm still learning, trying to figure out exactly how to approach making art, and it'll be an ever changing thing, an ever growing process. And that's the journey. That's what you gotta learn to love, I feel like. Well, I know it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're doing wonderful. As always, it's all love. Spread the love, spread the positivity. Be kind, be happy. Tell yourself you love yourself. Go buy an art book. Go buy a book. Go pick up a book. Go read a short story. Just enjoy the culture that's been made. Especially some older stuff too. I mean, enjoy the newer stuff. Enjoy whatever you want. But looking at masters, and even like old Renaissance art, you sit there and you just go, damn. But yeah. Thank you guys so much. Hope you have a wonderful day, wherever you are. Bless. Peace.